Good afternoon, everyone. Today, our company, our Aglis Air Cargo Group, will like to present our Week 5 presentation. The Week 5 presentation consists of market analysis, operation plan, aircraft selection, business process, and service strategy.
Okay, so now I'm going to start with the market analysis that we have done. So the table above shows the spread of marine products from province to province, which has been summarized to provinces where we plan to operate. The provinces colored as blue shows where the supply comes from, and the orange labels show where the products are heading. So for example, in the first row, it shows that route Jawa Timur to Kalimantan Tengah, or SUB to PKY, the market share is 8.29% of the total cargo supplied from Jawa Timur. So if all the market share to the right is added, 100% would come out. But here, since the data is summarized for simplicity, it does not show other provinces. The ones highlighted are the market shares for our routes. Since we have the number of supply of marine products sent by air from each airport, we could calculate the tonnage of marine products sent every day for each route by multiplying the market share for that route by the total supply from the origin airport. From there, it is found that route PLM SUB has a traffic of 62.87 tons each day. For SUB PKY is 77.92 tons. For PKY CGK is 301.44 tons. To CGK back to PLM is 45.36 tons. And then on our second rotation, MDC SRG with 72.12 tons per day, SRG IMQ with 69.05 tons per day, IMQ CGK 131.84 tons per day, and lastly, back to MDC from CGK with 21.87 tons per day. Next, here are some prices of some marine products that are often consumed in Indonesia, sorted from the most valuable to least valuable per kilogram. It can be seen here that ikan pari is the product with the highest value per kilogram and lele with the least. These prices have a range that is quite large since one species could still have more subspecies that could vary quite large in price. For example, kerapu, which could range from 35,000 per kilogram until 450,000 per kilogram. Since there is more than one subspecies of kerapu, the price gap is very large. And then, although air freight leans more to shipping high-value marine products, lower-value live marine products are also shipped using air freight in order to preserve freshness, as sea freight could take weeks to arrive.
Here is the list of direct competitors we will encounter for each route that we plan to cover in rotation 1 and 2. The table shows a mix between full cargo flights and passenger flights where cargo will be placed in the aircraft's belly. There are specific information on several routes that are difficult to find, so here are the results so far. It can be seen that our main competitors will be Garuda, CityLink, Lion Air, Batik Air, and Sriwijaya Air. The aircrafts these airlines tend to use are either Boeing 737-800 or Airbus A320. For routes Manado-Semarang and Semarang-Ambon, there were no information found, assuming that the competition there is either low or even rare for other airlines to serve these two routes. When we compare the prices on several routes, it can be seen that CityLink tends to give the cheapest price among the rest of the competitors.
Okay, now I will continue to talk about the operation plan. After a series of market research, these are the 4 rotation plan that we are going to serve. Starting from rotation 1, Palembang, Surabaya, Pekanbaru, CGK, and back to Palembang. This rotation sum up to 5.28 total block time hour. And to reach a healthy daily utilization, we will serve this rotation 2 times each day. Next, rotation 2 will cover MDC, SRG, IMQ, CGK, and back to MDC. And this rotation will sum up to 11.35 total block time hour. For this rotation, we will serve this 1 time per day. And for rotation 3, we will cover TTA, KNO, BDO, and back to TTA. And this rotation sum up to 9.3 total block time hour. Also, for this route, we will serve only 1 time per day. And for rotation 4, we'll cover SWQ, TIM, KDI, PNK, and SWQ. And this rotation sum up to 9.3 total block time hour. And for this rotation, we will also serve 1 time per day. This graph shows the updated Gantt chart from previous comment. As we can see, we will cover rotation 1 on the third quarter of 2022, and the second rotation will be served on the third quarter on 2023, and the third rotation will be covered the next year on the quarter, also on quarter 3, and the last rotation will be covered on third quarter of 2025. And this illustrates more detail about the 5 years plan. So for the first stage, we'll only cover 1 aircraft, but on the later stage, on stage 2, we are certain that we can get more market share from the previous rotation or rotation 1. So we will add extra 1 aircraft and we open a new rotation routes. This plan will continue till the last stage, and on stage 4, we will cover marine products air freight with a total fleet of 7 aircraft and consists of 4 rotation plan.
Now I will elaborate our calculation for the aircraft selection. These are some calculation assumptions that have been modified. First, the aircraft candidate that used for this calculation is a freighter aircraft. Then for the calculation of block time is based on the cruising speed, stage length, and taxi time, where it is assumed about 30 minutes. And block fuel is calculated as a function of fuel consumption per kilogram, flight hour, and taxi fuel that based on maximum takeoff weight of the aircraft. Then maintenance costs and overhead maintenance costs are calculated based on ATA components on freighter aircraft. And for the landing fees and parking fees have been adjusted for each route by using data from Angkasa Pura I and Angkasa Pura II website. For regulated agent fee, it is assumed to be 750 rupiah per kilogram for all routes. This is based on the fact that the regulated agent fee offered are always different at each airport, and there is only regulation from PM 153 tahun 2015 pasal 46, which requires the lower limit rate to be imposed is 550 rupiah per kilogram. Also, the ground handling or warehousing costs haven't included in this calculation. The aircraft candidates that we choose to be analyzed are one turboprop aircraft, namely DHC-8Q300 with a max payload of about 6 tons, a Boeing 737-800 Boeing Comfort Freighter with a maximum payload around 21 tons, and Airbus A321 passengers to cargo with a maximum payload around 28 tons. The following are the results of calculations for the DHC-8Q300 aircraft, which is found that this aircraft has the smallest total operating per trip cost, which is caused by maximum takeoff weight, fuel consumption, payload capacity that are smaller compared to the another candidates. Furthermore, this is the calculation result for the Boeing 737-800 BCF aircraft, followed by the calculation results for the Airbus A321P2F aircraft, where this aircraft gives the largest total cost compared to another candidate. Furthermore, from the three candidate aircraft, we compare the break-even point price for each rotation. Although it is undeniable that the price given cannot be applied equally to every route in the rotation. This is done considering that the routes highlighted in yellow are routes where we will carry general cargo with the assumption of a 2% of market share. Hence, the payload will be very small, in the range of 40 to 300 kg. We still choose this option to keep sending general cargo in small quantities, compared to just carrying marine cargo, for example from Palembang to Surabaya with full capacity of marine product, then returning back to Palembang with an empty load, because in the end it is more profitable. For the DHC-8 aircraft itself, this aircraft is not capable of serving rotations 2 due to the limitation of the maximum range. From these two tables, it can be seen that the Airbus A321P2F provides the lowest price compared to the other aircraft, although it was previously mentioned that the total cost to operate this aircraft is the highest. Therefore, we will choose to use an Airbus A321P2F aircraft to serve both rotations, because with a low break-even point price, Aglis Air Cargo can provide affordable price for customers with sufficient profit for the company.
Now, I'm going to talk about the business process. Before we jump into the business flowchart, we first have to understand the regulation surrounding the sending of marine products. The important regulation first is for those customers who like to send their marine product, they have to coordinate with BKIPM or Badan Karantina Ikan dan Pengendalian Mutu. And for sending goods, they only able to send up to 400 kilos or 4 ton per airway bill. For packaging marine product, it's divided into two, for frozen marine product and for live fish product. They must have for the frozen marine product, they must have styrofoam, dry ice, product that are double backed with polyethylene plastic and folded over and closed with a rubber band, absorbent pad, and corrugated box with dry ice and other label on it. For live fish, the customer should have styrofoam, absorbent pad, the live fish that are filled with water and oxygen that are double packed and tied with rubber band, tape band, strapping band, polyethylene bag, and cable ties.
Here is the flowchart of the product movement. Our main product, which is marine product, is first caught by the local fishermen. This could include all the type of fishes and other marine products. And then, the product, hauled by the fishermen, is taken to the nearest harbor to be taken care of. At the harbor, the product is frozen to keep its freshness. Then, if all is done, the product is ready for transport and taken by the freight forwarder. From here, there are two destinations. It is whether the sender wants to use sea freight or air freight. If they wanted to use air freight, firstly they will have to go to a regulated agent to complete the product and document checking. If they did not pass, the goods will be returned. But if they passed, the goods will go to the warehouse preparing for air transport. After the palletization and container stuffing process, the goods will be taken care for by the ground handler, who will load the goods into the aircraft and the flight will depart. Upon arrival at the destination, there will be another document and goods inspection. If they passed, the goods will be released, and on the other hand, if they didn't pass the inspection, the goods will be confiscated.
The following table displays Aglis' service strategy vision, which generally shows what Aglis aims to serve through this business. First, our target market segment would be freight forwarders who deal in marine products and needs fast delivery. Our service delivery system would use Airbus A321 P2F aircrafts. These passenger converted to freighter aircrafts would help in the operation since they are specially designed to bring cargo only. This will help save time in loading the cargo to the aircraft during operation later on. The aircraft also is able to carry more load with lower fuel consumption, which would make it more cost efficient. Our strategy and operation are found in our routes, which consists of only direct flights, and we avoid transit as well, which would minimize the costs such as landing fee, navigation fee, parking fee, and other related costs. The route structure forms one full rotation where the origin point becomes the last destination after passing several cities. This is to maximize daily aircraft utilization, which would then also help in saving costs. Then our service concept will focus on our customers. We want to ease the process that they will go through, and also our crews and workers that will be hired will be firstly based on attitude, since skills can be trained and developed later on based on the company's standards. We also wish to become a cargo airline company that our customers rely on from the first order until they trust us and keep using our services afterwards.
So here are the journey of the goods with Aglis Air Cargo. There are 5 stages that the goods will be going through, which is pre-journey, pre-flight, flight, post-flight, and post-journey. In pre-journey, we have our sales representative, Aglis Air Cargo marketing agent, dedicated account for reservation, website, call center, and insurance. For the pre-flight, we have a cargo lounge, cargo service center, and the notification of cargo handling for the customer. And for the flight stage, we wanted to provide real-time tracking. Next, for the post-flight, we have the notification for the goods arrival and for another cargo service center. And lastly, the post-journey, we aim to have a loyalty program and a partnership program. All of our program will be explained thoroughly in the next slides.
For our pre-journey, Aglis provides 6 services: sales representatives, marketing agents, reservation accounts, website, call center, and insurance services. Sales representatives and marketing agent both are quite similar in function, where both help generate sales for Aglis cargo services. The difference being where sales representatives are the one being contacted by existing customers, marketing agents are a team of salespersons on the field trying to find new customers and help grow brand awareness for Aglis. Then, we also provide reservation accounts, which would ease customers to file in a reservation to Aglis, and this would be integrated into our website. Then, a website is used to make Aglis Air Cargo easier to find and become much more reachable both to new and existing customers. From the web, we plan to market our services and also make it easier for customers to reserve services from us. Also, a website is used to provide customers with information regarding problems they might have. We also aim to provide a call center which serves as a customer service over the line to help customers with information regarding Aglis' operations and also as a means to solve problems our customers might have. Lastly, for our pre-journey, we would also like to provide additional insurance for the products our customers ship for an additional fee. By law, it is mandatory that cargo airlines should pay customers a certain amount if their shipment is lost or broken. But this is quite low. But with insurance, we would replace the full value of the lost or severely damaged item, serving as additional protection for our customer.
Now I will present about our touchpoint in pre-flight and flight. The pre-flight itself is a step where the customer served with various services, therefore they feel at ease before sending their goods. This is, as the name tell, it is before the flight. The first one, we will have cargo lounge, the facility that give an ease and comfort in accessibility of goods and drop and pick up for Aglis direct customer. We also will have cargo service center. This is an information center in the form of booth outside the airport that will ease the transaction and reservation. And we will have notification through our website or app of the cargo handling. The customer will receive notification where their goods has passed the regulated agent and loaded into the aircraft. After the goods are loaded and ready to fly, we will have the flight journey. Flight is a journey design where the goods is sent to a desirable destination. The touch point we are going to have is a real-time tracking where the customer can check their goods movement in aircraft on Aglis app.
For our next touch points is the post-flight. The post-flight concludes what happened after the aircraft has landed at the destination. As for the notification upon arrival, this will ensure the customer that their goods has arrived at the destination, and our website is used as the platform to inform the customers. For the cargo service center, we guarantee that we will take full responsibility upon our customer goods. If it gets lost or damaged, we will give compensation to the customer accordingly based in the insurance status. And lastly, for the post journey, it is designed to make the customer keep coming back to use our services. There is the loyalty program where we will use a point system. At some point, the user will be able to redeem for some of the rewards available. And next, for the partnership program, it will only be offered to customers that has been constantly using our service and satisfied. We will enter a deal with the customer where it will benefit both sides.
Aglis aims to go all out through anything we do. In order to provide the best quality services possible and can be done consistently, our human resources is essential. From the beginning, attitude is one of the most important traits, especially those who will be in direct contact with our customers since they will be responsible in building the company's relationship with the customers. Not just quality, the number of workers in doing each part will be something else to consider to make the business operate as efficient as possible. Three important parts to start off by constructing a good team is first, forming the appropriate procedures and protocols in doing our services. These files contain information that defines how the service should be done. Then we shall recruit workers that fit best with those protocols. Being already professional with the skills is not mandatory, even though it will become a plus point, since we will conduct training in accordance to the protocols, so workers will be able to picture and then work to what is expected. Throughout the months and years, we will constantly develop our service to become better based on the feedbacks we receive from the customers. In addition, we adapt the principle of happy workers equals to happy customers, meaning that we will ensure that the working environment in our company will be as convenient and comfortable as possible for our workers to work positively, yet still constant in quality. Convenient in this case means a tidy, organized, and just spacious enough for working and for the mobility in processing the cargo. Rules that we make within the working environment will also be rules that are just necessary and enough to control our services, keeping it unrestrained but still professional. The company's image is another main focus, where how the customer views us is important. This also becomes a way for us to attract more customers in the long term. We are currently in the development of our internal profile, which shall be authentic and in line with what the customers think. We wish that the company thinks in accordance to the customers and that we are transparent to them. We also plan to focus on constructing our reputation through marketing such as advertising and other campaigns to spread the news regarding our presence and services. Through marketing, we wish to show our potential customers and the public that we as a company are customer focused, showing a friendly yet still professional element as a trait of Aglis. Finally, our ears will stay open to any feedback and suggestion to our customers as a consideration to constantly develop our company in the coming time. That is all for this week's presentation. Thank you for your time and attention. Questions and feedbacks are welcome.